Hi, Stampers. I'm Sandy Harka from Stampin' Up, and welcome to the Stamp and Go this Tuesday, February the 11th. Normally, we meet the second and the fourth Tuesdays of every month, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we are going to cut back for a while to just the second Tuesday of the month. So the next one will be March, the second Tuesday. Okay. Tonight, we are going to be using the Delightful Wishes. It is a lovely set, and I've used it in classes, and I thought it would be a wonderful set to use for the Stamp and Go. If you would like a set of a card kit to make two of each of the three cards we're making tonight, you can place an order using the host code below. And you need to do that within a week. So you need to do that by the 17th of February. And then you'll receive the supplies to make two of each of the cards. If you would also like a set of embellishments, free embellishments, you can place an order for $50 instead of 35. Okay, let's get started. All right, this is the stamp set and the dies. These are the stamps, obviously, and these are the dies that come with that set. Okay, this is the first card that we're going to be making tonight. And I have to be honest with you, these dies are a little tricky to get oriented over each other, but I think I can help you out with that. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let's lay that over to the side. The first thing that we're going to do is the greeting, and we're going to use the you all the best. I have a trouble because it starts with wishing, and then the rest of it is in the stamp set. The wishing is the die cut. So we're going to ink this up with black ink and hover over our label, rock it slightly, and there you go. All right, you want to rock it to get the top and bottom of all those letters. All right, so let's lay that over to the side, and then let's go ahead and talk about the dies. So I've got one of them put together. Here is my trick that I've tried to use, and it works pretty well. You want to find this piece right here that has kind of a little blip there, okay? And then if you put the die down here and up here, the rest of it should fall into place. So let's try that. So here's that little blip. All right, so I'm going to take this die, and this little curved piece goes right next to it, and it kind of has a V there. And then if we match this up down here to this petal, we should be good to go. So once you get that lined up, then if you add a little bit of glue to the back side, we should be good to go. So if you want to just kind of keep that in place and put your glue back there, and then we'll get rid of that extra glue just by tapping on it with a little rag there. Okay, so see, that kind of works well. So try to keep that in mind. You can always run this video back and look at that real close up again. Now we're going to use a Drusi embellishments for the centers here. So let's go ahead and put those on. These will come with your kit. All right, there we go. So these are done. We're going to flip those to the back side, and we're going to grab dimensionals because we're going to put these on with dimensionals. So we'll go ahead and put one on each of these and lay these over to the side. Now let's grab the card base, and that's a white, thick white. I always use thick because it's a little sturdier. And then the next layer is done with the celebration folder called Starstruck. I always have trouble with that last word. I can never remember that. So you'll see that your card kit will come with 2 marks where my fingers are right there. Those are important, and I'll show you why in a second. All right, we want to make sure those are at the top. All right, lay this down. you have a little bit of your card base showing all the way around. Okay. Now we're going to grab our designer paper. This is part of the delightful kit, our set, the suite. This is the order in which we're going to do them. Now, we're going to start at the top, and these marks are important because that's where we're going to aim these. You want to make sure that this one comes all the way to the end, and if this one comes all the way to the top. They are going to hang over, and that's okay. We're going to trim those off in a little bit. So let's put a little glue on the back side. And start over here. Make sure that bottom edge is all the way to the edge of your card base. Run that one up to that top line up there, making sure that one goes all the way to the edge. Now the rest of this is easy because we just keep doing the same thing, alternating the patterns, making sure that you get that bottom one all the way to the edge and the top one there all the way to the edge. Now we're just repeating all the way down. We have 4 of these to put on. I love that paper. I'm really falling in love with Daffodil. It's becoming one of my faves. All right, let's see. Scoot this over, and there we go. We're all on. And so we're going to flip this to the back side and simply trim up the edge so that we get it right to the edge of the card. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? That looks nice. All righty, so let's start at the bottom. So we're going to glue on "You All the Best." And that's going to hover here between these 2 pieces of designer paper. Then we have the wishing. Slide this over for a second. I'm going to put this on my silicone mat, add a bit of glue up here at the top, take an old clean dauber, turn this to the back side, and I'm going to dauber, go straight up and down. Don't swipe it because you don't want to collect any glue in those little crevices. And once you get some glue on the back side, get that over there, we can turn this up right, and we're ready to nail that down just like that. Okay. If you think you have any glue squishing out, just take a little rag and kind of daub over that. And then we're ready to put our flowers on because we've got that work all done. So we're going to place these kind of a little diagonally here. And we are done. Our card is ready for sending. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. Now, if you're enjoying this evening, be sure to like and share and sign up for my subscribe to my blog if you have, or to my channel if you haven't already done so. And by the way, I do have a blog, and that link is below in the section, so you can get there that way. All right, so this is our next card. Let's first work on the greeting. And this one is "You Well," so it'll be "Wishing You Well." We're going to use Early Espresso. So I'm going to put that up, and we're going to stamp it on this piece. You'll get a piece of white cardstock. Going to stamp it on there, and then we're going to take our paper snips, and we're going to, oops, like I got a little designer paper there. We're going to snip that out. Okay, and just do the best you can. It's going to be layered over white. So if there's a little irregularity, it's not going to be noticeable. All right, let's lay that over to the side. And we're going to work on the flowers. And again, a little tricky. So my secret here is find that little, sort of a little upside down C, and find this space down here where they're wide apart. So it looks like this. So this is where they're wide apart. And then we have this kind of little C area there. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back side here. And then we'll wind that up, line that up, and see if we can make that match. So here's where they're wide apart, and here's my little C area. And so we're just gonna layer that right on there. And you know what? You can kind of scooch this around just a little bit like that. And that gets this long piece really close to that edge. And again, if you have a little bit of glue coming out there, just dauber it a little bit. Now, these two, we're going to be using the iridescent pearls, and we're going to use the big ones right here in the center. These are new and very pretty. They go nicely with the yellow. All right, I'm going to lay that over to the side. I think I've lost my well. I'll find it in a minute. Ah, no, that's not it. We laid it around here someplace, didn't we? Ah, here we go. I scooched it over to the side. Let's lay it up here on the black so I can find it in a minute. Okay, there we go. So let's work on the circle. So again, we're going to bring out our silicone mat. I'm going to get rid of all that glue that I daubered on there before. We're going to take the gold wishing, lay that down, grab a little bit of glue, and go straight down. Let me squish a little bit more glue on there. Go straight down. Don't wipe it. Okay. And when you get a little bit all over the back of that, we're going to grab the lemon lolly backing, which looks like this, and we're going to layer it over that. So let's layer right like that. Try not to stretch it. That backing will help you keep from stretching it. All right, then. And if you have a little bit of glue, just dauber that off with a piece of toweling or something like that. Okay. Lay that over. Now we have a espresso circle, and we're going to use the other white circle. Both of these were done with Spotlight on Nature. And this background die is from the Delightful Wishes set. So it's very pretty. A little glue on the back side, omitting putting glue in that area. Just make sure that's over on the right-hand side. All righty. Now, let's find our wishes, our wishing, and put some glue on the back of that. Awesome. Now this is going down here at the bottom, so it's going to go over a little bit of the circle here, just like this. Now we're going to bring in the UL. Little glue back there, and then this is going right under the wishing. Nice. Okay, now these are not dimensioned. You can if you like them, but we're not dimensioning these right now. One's going right here, and one is going up here at the top. Just kind of angle them just a little bit. Okay, lay that there so it has a chance to settle. Grab your card base, which is Lemon Lolly, works, opens over here on the right-hand side. And we're going to add a little bit of glue to our overlay, which is done in exposed brick. Okay, nice. Now, all we have to do is put a little bit of glue back here on our focal point, center that on our card base, and your card is ready for sending. Let's angle that over a little bit. Okay. Now your card is ready for sending. Okay. We have classes on Zoom every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're enjoying these classes, you might want to check out my schedule on my blog, and the link is below. And maybe join us for one of those and see if you enjoy those too. All right. Now here is our last card. Wishing you a happy birthday. Awesome. So let us begin with stamping the happy birthday. And you can't really see that too well. I'm going to lay it down here just so you can see it on my silicone mat where there was no glue. Then I grab my Memento, any black ink will work fine. And we're using You a Happy Birthday. Center that and rock slightly to get the top and bottom of all of those letters. All right, we're going to lay that over to the side for a second. And work again on our flowers. And remember, for these half flowers, we're looking for where they're too wide apart. And we're looking for that, that sort of a C there, right? All right, so we're going to line that up. Yep, that's looking good. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back side. You don't have to cover the whole back side here. You just want to get it in a few spaces. Here's our wide apart. Here's our C. Kind of line that up over there and this one over here. And if you want to swing that around just a little bit, we'll get that one here at the top, close to the edge there. These do not have to be perfect. No one's going to know if it's off a little bit. All right, lay those over to the side. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and put on the rhinestones here since we've got these, and we'll be all ready then. We're going to put 3 small rhinestones in the center of each of these as our flower centers. All right, we'll do the same thing over here. 1, maybe 2. There we go. And 3. Awesome. Okay. Now, this is a little tricky, so you might want to watch this. So we're going to layer these 3 so that you can see this pretty vellum, and then this will go on top. We're going to start by putting this on first with glue dots in the corners. And then I'll show you why we started that with that first. Here, we're going to put a glue dot in each of the corners of our little lattice here. And the lattice comes from, it's called linked. Linked. I can't remember the rest of it. Sorry about that. All that information will be in the PDF. And by the way, your PDF will be coming in your email tomorrow if you're on my mailing list. If you're not on my mailing list, the link is below. You can get on that tonight, and tomorrow you'll get that PDF. All right, we're going to center this on our vellum. There we go. Now, because vellum shows through, we're going to turn this to the back side and put the links, or put the glue dots right here at the corners of where our lattice is, so that they might be a little visible, but they won't be very visible. And that way you won't have those big glue dots showing through your vellum. That's why we put the lattice on first. All right, now we're going to turn this over and layer this on the white rectangle. And see how pretty that shows through now? Isn't that pretty? All right, let's grab our card base, which is thick white and opens on the right-hand side. If you need to, you can use your tool there to crease that so it'll lay a little bit flatter. And again, we've used the Star Struck, which is a celebration item, which you can get free for a $60 order. during January and February. All right, layering that over your card base, just like this, you have just a little bit of your card base showing all the way around. Now, I said it opened at the right. It really opens at the bottom, so just swing it around 90 degrees. Turn this over, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on that cardstock and layer that right in the center of our card base. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and put on our You a Happy Birthday. I'm going to use glue dots here because we are going to be layering that over the lattice and the vellum. We want to make sure we get a good grip. So I put 2 on there, and then this is going to go about right here, just straight across. All right, lay that over to the side, and I'm going to grab my wishing. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to turn it upside down, use a little bit of glue, get that dauber, and go straight up and down. If you happen to move it, be sure to move it to a clean space so you don't get glue on the front. And then we'll turn that over and bring in our card and put the wishing right above You a Happy Birthday. And again, if you think you have a little bit of glue showing, just use a little rag to dauber that off and you'll be good to go. All right, we are going to now put on our flowers, which we already have ready. I did not dimension these, but if you would like to, you can. They would be pretty dimensioned. Okay, and we're going to put a glue dot back here, and this one goes over here in this corner. And this one gets a glue dot here, and this one goes up here. And your card is ready for sending. So I hope you enjoyed this evening. Again, if you would like a free card kit to make 2 of each of these, you need to place your $35 order by February the 17th. That's a week. And if you'd like an extra set of the embellishments, make your order for $50. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in March on the second Tuesday.